Imagine walking into a grocery store and being faced with two options: a carton of eggs for a few dollars, or a bag of cricket powder at twice the price. For most people, the choice is simple. Eggs are familiar, affordable, and packed with nutrition. But why would anyone pay more for insects? This is the fundamental economic dilemma bug farming faces today. Despite claims that insects are the food of the future, the reality is clear. When cheaper, efficient, and widely accepted options like eggs and dairy already exist, few people are willing to make the switch. Let's break down the economics of bug farming and why it's unlikely to succeed in the mainstream market. At first glance, bug farming seems like a cost-effective and high-yield solution. Bugs are small, reproduce quickly, and don't require large tracts of land. But a closer look reveals that large-scale insect farming comes with significant costs. Bugs require specific environmental conditions, warm, humid climates, to thrive. This means bug farms must rely on climate-controlled facilities that consume energy and drive up operational costs. While bugs can survive on waste products in theory, most insect farms provide specialized feed to ensure quick, safe growth for human consumption. Like with livestock, this feed isn't free. And then there's processing. Bugs aren't sold as is, they need to be harvested, cleaned, processed, and packaged, whether as whole insects or in powder form. Each step adds labor and technological costs. All of this makes large-scale bug farming far more expensive than raising chickens or cows, which have simple, time-tested systems for production. The challenges of bug farming don't stop at production costs. Consumer preferences play a massive role in the economic viability of any food industry, and bugs face significant hurdles. Foods like eggs and milk have been dietary staples for centuries, known for their affordability, nutrition, and versatility. Bugs, on the other hand, are an unfamiliar and unappealing choice for most consumers. Taste and texture matter, and for many people, the thought of eating crickets or mealworms is off-putting. Even when insects are processed into powders for protein bars or shakes, they haven't captured widespread interest. Cultural resistance is another obstacle. While insects are consumed in some parts of the world, they're still seen as pests rather than food in many cultures, especially in the West. Overcoming this perception is a monumental challenge. And then there's the perceived value problem. Bugs are often associated with being cheap or low status. When consumers see bug-based products priced higher than familiar foods like eggs, they balk. The disconnect between price and perceived value is a barrier bug farming has yet to overcome. Eggs and dairy, by contrast, strike the perfect balance of cost, nutrition, and sustainability, which is why they dominate global food markets. A single hen can lay hundreds of eggs annually, providing a renewable source of protein without needing to slaughter the animal. Similarly, cows produce milk continuously, making them a highly efficient source of nutrition. The infrastructure needed for chickens and cows is relatively simple and has been optimized over centuries. Chickens need basic shelter and feed, while cows can graze on land unsuitable for crops. Nutritionally, eggs and dairy are hard to beat. They deliver a balanced combination of protein, fat, and essential vitamins at a fraction of the cost of bug-based foods. This combination of efficiency, affordability, and consumer appeal has kept eggs and dairy firmly rooted as dietary staples worldwide. Even if bug farming could address its cost challenges, scaling up production to compete with livestock and poultry farming presents another set of obstacles. Producing insects at scale would require massive investment in infrastructure and labor. Bugs may be small, but harvesting, processing, and packaging them for human consumption are labor-intensive processes that are hard to automate. Beyond production, there's the challenge of educating consumers. Convincing people to incorporate bugs into their diets would require significant marketing and public outreach. For many, the idea of cooking with cricket flour or adding roasted mealworms to meals feels foreign and unappealing. And then there's the issue of limited market demand. While some eco-conscious consumers might embrace bug-based products, the vast majority are not clamoring for cricket-based snacks or meals. Without widespread demand, bug farming remains a niche industry, unable to achieve the economies of scale needed to compete with traditional food sources. Ultimately, bug farming faces a fundamental economic reality. It's more expensive and less appealing than traditional foods like eggs and dairy. While bugs are often promoted as a sustainable solution to feeding the planet, their production systems are far from efficient or scalable. Eggs and dairy offer cheaper production, widespread consumer acceptance, and a proven track record of sustainability. Chickens and cows have been integrated into farming systems for centuries, with practices like rotational grazing and renewable farming methods minimizing their environmental impact. Compared to the energy-intensive requirements of climate-controlled bug farms, livestock farming can be remarkably sustainable. The biggest hurdle for bug farming boils down to this. Why should people pay more for something they don't want when cheaper, more appealing alternatives already exist? Eggs and dairy not only meet nutritional needs, but also fit seamlessly into global food cultures. From scrambled eggs to a glass of milk, these foods are familiar, affordable, and versatile. Insects, on the other hand, face the double challenge of high production costs and low consumer demand, making them a tough sell in any market. In conclusion, while the idea of eating bugs might seem forward-thinking, the economics tell a different story. Bug farming is expensive, difficult to scale, and faces significant resistance from consumers who already have affordable, nutritious options in eggs and dairy. Until bug-based foods can match the cost, taste, and appeal of traditional staples, they're unlikely to break out of niche markets. For now, the future of food isn't crickets or mealworms. It's the same reliable sources of nutrition we've relied on for generations. Eggs and dairy remain the champions of affordability, efficiency, and sustainability, proving that sometimes the best solutions are the ones we've had all along.